In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a stunning animated homepage slider using React and Framer Motion. This slider will feature dynamic content changes, smooth transitions, and some cool animation effects. So, let's dive in. Before we start coding, let me show you what we'll be building today. This is the final product, a responsive slider with dynamic content that transitions every few seconds. As you can see, it includes text, images, and even background animations. And as you can see, this is completely responsive for every screen size. If you have not downloaded Node.js and VS Code in your system, then download it. Download according to your system. Now let's create the project folder first. Create folder with any name you want. Here I am going to name the folder Airpods Slider. Now click the right button on the mouse and choose Show More Options, and then click on Open with Code. You can open with any method you know. Let's go to Tailwind CSS official website. Click on Get Started button and choose Framework Vite. We're using Vite for creating the React project. Copy this command and paste into the VS Code terminal to create our React project. Now choose React and then JavaScript. You can also go with TypeScript, but you know the basics of TypeScript. Now we have to install the packages, run npm install, and wait for some time. Here you can see the packages dependency which we need to install. After successfully installed, you can see the Node modules folder here. Now run the command npm run dev to start the server to see the project in the browser. Copy the URL and paste on the browser, or you can just click on it and the project will automatically open in the browser. Great, we have successfully installed and run the React project. Now let's make some changes in the default project. Delete the app CSS file. Clear the app.jsx file and type our AFCE. Note that first installed React snippet extension so that our AFCE snippet will work for you. Clear index.css file. Now you can see we have clear all the default code. Now let's install the Tailwind CSS in our project and then start working on our awesome project. Here you can see the command to install the Tailwind CSS. Click on Tailwind config and paste this code. Copy this code and paste in the index.css file. Now run the npm run dev command to start the project with Tailwind configured. Let's first test the Tailwind, if it is working or not. That's great. Tailwind is working. Let's add some code in Tailwind config. Add font family according to your choice. And now configure Tailwind container. The assets we use in the project is available in the video description. You can download it from there. Let's create a folder for our mockup data. Here you can see the menu, which we add in the mockup data, for better organization of folder. Here you can see Heropage data are dynamic, so we create mockup data for this as well. Don't forget to add export keyword so that you can import it. This array contains all the data we need for our slider. Each object in this array represents a different headphone model, and it includes details like the image, title, subtitle, price, model name, and background color. Export the images, because we have used it in the headphone data array. Let's install React icons and Framer motion. We have installed all the packages which we need in this project. Let's create the component folder and start working on Navbar and Heropage. Here, give the class name overflowxHidden so that project UI will not overflow by mistake. Now import Heropage component. Here you can see the Heropage text. Import Navbar here. Use container class and make sure you have configured the container in the Tailwind config file. Headphone info section and image section, which we will work on. Go to React Icons official website and search icons which you need. We have import the icons. Now let's start working on Navbar component. Here, make sure to import the Navbar data to use with map method. In mobile view, this menu should not be visible, so we use hidden for small size screen, and in medium screen, Navbar will show. Hamburger icon, which will be visible in mobile view. Import user icon and use here. Now you can see Navbar component is completed. Now let's start working on Heropage. Import the icons. And also import the headphones data. Here you can see the exported data of headphone. We start by importing useState and useEffect from React. useState will help us manage the active data for the slider, and useEffect will allow us to change the slider content every 3 seconds. Here's how to set it up. Let's make the headphone info section with active data state. Awesome. We have completed the headphone info data section. Later we'll animate it. But first let's work on the image section now. You can see the background text behind the hero image. Let's work on it. Let's add chat icon at the bottom of the hero page. Now let's work on the slider features, where our task is to dynamically change the content, image, and background color. We start by importing useState and useEffect from React. useState will help us manage the active data for the slider, and useEffect will allow us to change the slider content every 3 seconds. Here's how to set it up. In our first useEffect, we'll set up an interval that changes the active slider content every 3 seconds. Don't forget to clear the interval when the component unmounts to avoid memory leaks. Setting the interval for the slider is done, and now we work on updating active data and second use effect. In the second use effect, we'll update the active data based on the current index. This ensures that the displayed content always matches the selected index. You can see now that our data is changing after 3 milliseconds. Now let's work on smooth transition and animation section. First, import the motion. Make sure you have already installed the Framer Motion package. Now import Animate Presence so that we can animate the motion component if the useState data changes. Create the utility folder and make animation.js file for all the Framer Motion animation utility. Initially, component opacity will be 0, show that it will not show. Animate will show the component with smooth transitions, and we also need to set the exit animation. Now let's import the slide right animation utility in the hero.jsx. Let's animate the text content with Animate Presence. If you have a question that, what is Animate Presence? Animate Presence is a component in Framer Motion that enables animations for elements that are entering, leaving, or being removed from the React component tree. It ensures smooth transitions when elements are added or removed, like when showing or hiding components in your UI. Let's add this to another text. Make sure to use key properties while using Animate Presence. Wow, the text is animated now. Let's add same animation with other remaining text, but delay will not be same. Text animation is completed. Now let's animate the hero image. Let's animate the background text as well. Now let's change the background color dynamically with smooth transition. We start with the initial property, which sets the starting background style as a solid color. The background image is defined using a radial gradient that begins with the BG color from our active data. Then, we move to the animate property, where we define the animated state. Here, we're adding some transparency and expanding the gradient to cover more of the background. This gives our slider a dynamic feel as it transitions between different slides. Finally, the transition property controls the duration of this animation. We've set it to 0.8 seconds, which ensures the background change is smooth and visually appealing. Change and manage the color and opacity as you wish. Here you can see the white color in the middle smoothly appears in the page. That's cool. Let's add the motion in Navbar as well. Before building and deploying the app, change the title as you want. Run command npm run build to build the application. Here you can see the dist directory, which is created after we successfully build the application. Right-click on it and click Reveal in File Explorer. Go to Netlify official website and log in there if you have not. Click on Add New Site, then click on Deploy Manually. Now you just need to drag and drop the dist directory here. After deployment, now click here and change the site name as you want. Our application is live now. You can add this in your portfolio or share with anyone. If you enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe the channel to get more awesome tutorials. Thanks for watching.